Hey, what's up, guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and today we're going to be talking about um, are artists gatekeeping art. Okay, so the other day I had a comment on one of my videos, one of my AI videos, right? Basically positing that artists are gatekeeping art. Okay, like it's the idea of the democratization of art. Now everyone can do art, and I basically wanted to get into kind of like debunking that and trying to have a discussion about what the real gatekeeping is. Okay, so I think in most cases, like, there really is no gate to art. Okay, because children do art. Okay, like cavemen did art. People who don't really know anything can still do art. There is no real gate to art except for, like, you need a drawing thing. Okay, that's the real gate. Okay, you get a pencil, boom. You have pencil paper. The gate is removed. Okay, what people are really saying is that they want access to being good at art. Okay, to making good art while not having to put in the work. Okay, and that's the real conflict between artists and AI artists. Okay, one where, like, one side does a shit ton of work and has to grind and spend years to get good, and the other wants to have that same level without any of the work. Okay, and then boom, there's the clash. All right, so that's what we talk about today. But before I start the video, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out my Prince and Patreon if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member, ring the bell for notification, and join the Discord. Okay, with that, let's get into it. So the term gatekeeping has been, flung around, being used, just to say, like, oh, something's blocking me, right? But if we look at, like, gatekeeping, like, in its, like, real sense, right? Let's say, oh, there is like a golf club, okay, only for the rich people, only for, like, there's only a certain class of wealth from which you are allowed to join said golf club. Okay, right? If you look a certain way, if you act a certain way, if you're not rich enough, you are blocked. Okay, you are gated from joining that community, right? And like I said, the AI artists are using this argument as a means to say that, like, hey, artists are bullying us. Artists are saying that we're not allowed to make good art like they are. Okay, and they are positing that we are like those people, that we are like those gatekeepers, those people who are like no, you can't join our illustrious commonwealth. All right, where we get to make good art and be good artists and stuff like that. We live in this realm where we have talent and all this stuff, right? We have all the things that they want, but they can't have it because we are of a higher class. Okay, right? On the other side, okay, artists, like, we know that this doesn't exist. Okay, right? Because there isn't a class allowed to make art or not. Okay, art is accessible by all people. Okay, like I said, children can make art. There are people that are extremely poor who can make art. Okay, all you really need is a tool. Okay, all you really need is our hands. Okay, right? And some could argue, like, you don't even need hands because there's like digital stuff where you could have, like, accessibility things that allow you to create art. Okay, so this gate that they are trying to paint is not real. Okay, this is not a real gate. Okay, like I said, what they really want is to be good right away. Okay, and usually this argument is made by younger artists who do not have the skills to make what they envision in their mind. Okay, similar to Shad, right? He talks, like, vehemently about how he has a vision and wants to create that vision. Okay, but, like, his skills are not up to par to reach that same level. Okay, and the thing is that, like, you can get to that level. It just requires a lot of hard work, determination, and years of practice. Okay, and so people who get to that level have spent all this time, all this work, all these, like years and years, hours and hours, grinding, putting out pieces, and they built something for themselves. Okay, and it's not easy. Like people, when they see the art, okay, people who aren't really who are inexperienced artists, or people who aren't really artists, they look at the work and they just see like that person's so lucky, that person has so much talent, that person, if they were me, they wouldn't be able to make that thing that they make. Okay, and all I gotta say is that is not true at all. Okay, you can get that good. Okay, it's just that, do you have the determination? Do you have the hard work ethic? Do you have the ability to get yourself to that place? Yes, there are people who can get there faster, and people who take a longer time to get there. Okay, but it really has to do more with impatience. Okay, and AI, to them, is their solution to that. Okay, AI is actually faster than anybody. Okay, we as artists are limited by the ability to, we have to draw it out. Okay, and that takes time. Art takes time. Okay, right? And that's the real shame of it. That's the real conundrum. It is time. The time to get good, the time to make a piece, the time to make multiple pieces, to the time, but to get good. Okay, and AI enjoyers, AI people want to circumvent that time difference. Okay, and they think that that's really all there is to being an artist. Okay, when artists really know that there's a lot to being an artist. It's like there are a million things that we have to deal with. Okay, and personal growth, dealing with seeing other people be better, and then whether we aspire or we grow jealous. You know what I mean? The internal struggle between can we do this as a job or anything, right? And then there's the AI people who are we want to do what you do, we want to make what you make with zero effort, zero time, and we also at the same time curse you and say, hey, you are not holier than thou. Okay, you don't have a status above me. Okay, because I can make this thing with this computer program. Okay, and that's again, that is a very insulting thing, given the time and dedication that people put into the craft and into getting good. Okay, in a sense, it's like this. Okay, let's say we have a chef, right, who's made a really good recipe, and now he is selling a frozen version of that thing. Okay, what people want is to be able to get the frozen food. Okay, put it in the microwave, heat it up for the recommended amount of time, take it out, put it on the thing, and say, hey, now I'm Gordon Ramsay. Okay, now I made that. All right, that is essentially what the AI artists are doing. Okay, and for people who are pro AI, I want you to understand this. I want you to understand that that's how we see it, how artists are seeing it. Okay, because we put in all this skill and all this effort, right? You don't need, you could just say hey, I made this with AI. That's one thing, and you make it for yourself, and that's cool and stuff like that, right? But if you want to be the same thing as a real artist, then it doesn't work. Okay, you can make your AI art, you could enjoy the little things that you make. Okay, you don't have the time and skill to put in the effort, right? But then you can't request being the same thing. Okay, and if people are giving you shit about it, okay, then obviously maybe you're doing something wrong. Okay, because there's a lot of people who just post digital work, or AI work, and that's just it. They just make that. Okay, and they make it for themselves, and it's something I can enjoy for myself. You know what I mean? Or something that I could post, and maybe it won't get a lot of big likes or whatever, and that's fine. It's the idea of you faking being an artist that's the real problem, or you wanting to have the same status as an artist but not really getting it, okay? Because it's not the same thing, right? It's like one person didn't do shit and another person put a tremendous amount of effort, okay? Right? And that's another thing. Is effort gatekeeping? Okay, I would say no. All right, like, people have to exert effort to do anything in this world. Okay, if you want to change a tire, or if you want to cook an egg, you know what I mean? One of the easiest things to do, cook an egg, that requires some level of effort. Okay, so doing something without effort, and prompting is not a skill. Okay, prompting is not a skill. Let's just get out of the way. Okay, there are good or better prompters. Okay, but at the end of the day, you're just typing words. All right, you know what I mean? It's like, the skill is like, sure, there could be a skill difference, but it is not a valued skill. Okay, anyway, so you can make what you want. Okay, I'm not going to say that you can't make whatever you want. Okay, you can make whatever the hell you want with your AI, fine. Just don't request the same status as being an artist, okay? And realize that the barrier to entry for art is literally just picking up a pencil and putting down a line, okay? And then putting down another line, okay? That is the gate, all right? If you want to be a good artist, then you need to put in the effort, okay? Then you need to get good at putting those lines down. Then you need to get good at recognizing and figuring out how to draw correctly, okay? That is the gate, okay? Being an artist doesn't mean being a good artist, okay? You could be a bad art, like every good artist was a bad artist at first, okay? And then they spent the time, they did the work, and then they got good, okay? You can't just think oh, I want to be instantly good at this, whatever I do, okay? Like, that's just not how things work, okay? If for people, the gate for things is skill and effort, then it's BS, okay? Then that's not a real argument, okay? If you want the same status as an artist, you have to put in the work, okay? That's all I really got to say on the matter, all right? Like what else are you gonna do, okay? You if you want the status, you gotta do the work, okay? If you don't care about the status and you just want to make your little AI thing for yourself, go ahead, do it. It's fine. I'm not gonna say that you're a criminal or whatever, okay? But wanting the same status, being an artist, just stop that. Just stop that, okay? There is no gate to art. There is the biggest barrier to entry is something that children could do, okay? So there is no gate, all right? If you're thinking that way, just get it out of your head and understand that people put a lot of effort and work into these things, and it's just not something that you can have that easily, okay? It's not, life is about gaining those things that are hard to get, okay? Because then why would you have purpose, okay? Why would you get up in the morning if you're just oh, I just wish I got everything that I want right away, I just wish I had the cheat code to everything, okay? Then even making that art is not even satisfying, okay? Because it didn't take tremendous effort. It didn't take the time to get there, right? And you deprive yourself of the artist's journey. You deprive yourself of getting good, of seeing yourself improve, okay? Which is, I think, one of the greatest benefits to being an artist, okay? So, yeah, I think we can end the video here, guys. Please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out my Prince and Patreon if you want to support the channel. Consider becoming a channel member. Ring that bell for notification. Join the Discord. All that bullshit. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.